What's up, guys? It's Ryatium here, and today we are back in Skyrim. That's right, you guys, and oh snap, is it gonna be an awesome freaking day? So guys, welcome back, and happy Magic Monday. So out of all the mods you voted on for last week's episode, this is the one that won. But don't forget, down there in the comment section, vote 1, 2, or 3, or check out the poll in the top right-hand corner to see which mod we're doing for next week's episode. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the Tfm Staff Pack. Now I took a look at this on the Bethesda.net, and this is actually part of the floating market by Tarshana, hence the name TFM, the floating market. Now, what this mod adds is 10 distinguishable and unique staff, unique staves into the game. There's 10 different ones, but what's nice about this is you can actually use each and every single one of the staves for alteration, restoration, destruction, conjuration, and illusion, meaning there's over 50 different combinations that you can have with all of these different staves, which is really cool. Now, big disclaimer here at the beginning of today's mod showcase, there are quite a few things we need to do in order to make these staves in existence in Skyrim. So what's the first thing you need to do? Well, in this mod, you need to first complete the first lessons quest from the College of Winterhold, meaning you have to sign up for the College of Winterhold by talking to Feralda. You then need to have a tour of the College of Winterhold by Mirabelle Irvine, and then you need to talk to Tolfdir and do the first lesson on, on wards in front of everybody in the main chamber. Once that's done, you can then come to your nearest tanning rack. The tanning rack is going to unlock these for you. So inside of here, if we come to miscellaneous, we can take a look at this. We need to craft the Book of Staff Crafting. It takes 2 linen wraps, 2 leather, and 1 lesser soul gem. And then, on top of that, you need to create which one you're looking for, which school of magic you're looking for. So Alteration Staff Crafting, and then down here you have Conjuration, Destruction, Illusion, and then down here you have Restoration. So if you're just wanting to make Destruction staves, all you need to do is learn the Destruction book. If you want to do Conjuration, then you just learn that one. But once that is done, then you need to come over to the Smelter of all places and grab yourself the templates for each and every single one of the staves. Now the reason each of these has, alteration, conjuration, destruction, illusion, and restoration, that's because each and every single one of these is the same thing, but every single one of them is going to have a different type of spell with them. Restoration, illusion, destruction, etc., etc. Each of them have their own visuals, so instead of, going through this and taking a look at it through there, we're just going to go ahead and make one of each of these so that I can show you what these look like, because we're going to get into it a little bit more here in 1 second. Let's see, we can also do that. That's my favorite, and then that one, and then, let's see, I got them all, right? I can't remember if I just made that one, but we'll make another one, and there we go, perfect. So now that we have all 10 of the staves, now you need to find a Staff Enchanter. Now the Staff Enchanter is something that's normally only found within Solstheim, but there are homes that can include it, that include a Staff Enchanter for you to use. And the one that I'm using is currently Shellblad Castle. Shellblad Castle is pretty much the go-to thing for everything crafting. Now let's go ahead, get a quick save in just right there, and we're gonna go to the Sanctuary, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about with the Staff Enchanters. Now, what's interesting about this mod, guys, is the Staff Enchanter allows you to enchant the staves inside of your inventory with the vanilla spells that you have access to within Skyrim. Now, currently, I only have access to the Staff of Flames because that's the only destruction spell that I know. However, if I knew Mage Light, if I knew Conjure Zombie or Skeleton, if I knew, some sort of restoration spell that can be used with staves, then you would be able to do that. Now, in order to enchant them, you obviously need the Heartstones, and we're not actually going to do that in today's mod showcase, just because you guys can see it's the same exact thing for each of them. The only thing that changes is indeed the staff look. And that's what we're here to take a look at today. So I figured I'd go ahead and walk you guys through just exactly what you need to do in order to get these staves unlocked and in order to, take a look at them and use them. But you guys can figure out what spells you want for what, and then you can go from there. So let's go ahead and just favorite all of these, and we'll go ahead and just take a look at some of them, shall we? So within here, we have the Lich Staff. Now, the Lich Staff is kind of a crazy looking one. Some of the textures, they look really, really cool, and others, not so much, but that is quite okay. So let's actually go ahead and take out the apparel ring, just like that, or that right there, and let's go actually here, we need to go ahead and favorite that really quickly, and then we can go ahead and go right there, and we'll go ahead and drop some of them and take a look at them. So there you go. This staff right here, I love the skull at the top. This looks like, honestly, something you'd see out of Darksiders. Either that or Terra. In fact, I think some of these might be from Terra, but I'm just not sure. I love the red stone right there. And then the beautiful staff, like the actual rod, looks really, really cool. And then a nice little thing, a nice little pommel down at the end. Now let's see, we'll go ahead and pick that one back up, and we'll take a look at another one, shall we? So the Arctic Glow is another one of my favorites. Now, the Arctic Glow looks like it's got some teeth over there. Do you see that? It looks like it's got some teeth right at the top, and then it's got these two, these big pincers right there. It just looks really, really cool. And then you got this big blue crystal at the top with this nice solid blue rod and all of that stuff. Now, the crazy part about all of these staves is they're pretty damn big. The Arctic Glow staff, look at the size of this sucker. I mean, that thing is pretty damn big. It already dwarfs the size of you. That's pretty cool. Now let's see. Let's take a look at some of the other ones. Let's see. Can we go ahead and do... Let's see. We can go ahead and do this. We got the Copperwood staff. So the Copperwood staff is more so of a regular looking one. It doesn't look as cool as some of the other ones, but then again, a lot of the other ones are a little bit flashy for my taste. But this almost looks like a tentacle. Like, do you see that? It looks like it's got like the suckers on it and looks like a tentacle. And then you got the rod that goes up the top of it, and then a nice pointy pommel. Looks very, very cool. Now, like I mentioned before, all of these staves can be enchanted with different enchantments with vanilla, or I should say vanilla spells that you know. Now this one looks kind of cool because it's basically a giant cup. I kind of think that's really neat. I never actually looked at that one outside like this, but I love the head. Oh my god, that looks cool. It's very ornate, and I love the fact that some of them are quite ornate. But down here at the bottom, down towards the pommel at the end of the staff itself, it's pretty boring, but that is okay. I wonder how big that one is. Let's see. Can we take a look at that one? Holy Jesus! My god, that thing is huge. I think that's like my second favorite. That's really cool, actually. Then we have the Gilded Stone Staff of Alteration. Now, the Gilded Stone Staff of Alteration, this one looks interesting. Why does it say, wait, Gilded Stone Staff? It doesn't even look like it's made out of stone. Then again, well, maybe these look like they're made out of stone, but I would almost even call that bone. I'm not sure, but it looks pretty cool nonetheless. I think it's kind of a nice little design that you got here, and then I like the ringed pommel. That's different from a lot of the other ones. And then let's see, what else do we have? We've also got the Lotus Staff, the Reaper's Kiss, Royal Amethyst Staff, Sandstone Staff, and Starlight Staff. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Now this one looks kind of cool. I love the little gems that they put inside of here. And the nice wedge up here, the nice wedge design. That almost looks like the Hearthstone star right there, which is kind of cool. But overall, I like the way this one looks. And I like how they're just all floating whenever I look at them. And that's not something that I've done. That's just the way they do. Like, I guess if you drop them, they float. But I love the texture work on this one. It looks very, very cool. A lot of them, the textures are not as high resolution as, I'd say I'd want to or want to have them. But overall, I think they look really, really cool. And then we've also got the Reaper's Kiss staff. Now this one I said was my favorite. And the only reason being is because it's the most outlandish looking one of them all. The spikes at the top, the kind of like the hand as if it was the Reaper's hand. It's very scythe-like. And I think this is definitely the one that I would use. Now a lot of this stuff reminds me of, like I said, Darksiders and Diablo and World of Warcraft and Terra and all that stuff. But doesn't have a place here in Skyrim? I think it does. For those of us wanting to do like an uber fantasy playthrough, I think these staves would be definitely pretty cool to have. Not to mention, if you want to channel your own Diablo person into Skyrim, I think this would be good for you. Now this one looks cool. I love the giant purple gem right there. Almost looks like it's glowing. Such cool designs too. Now what I like is just how cartoony some of them look, Yeah, I said that the textures are not necessarily the highest resolution that I would want them to be, but I think if they were, I want to say it would take away from how they look. But look at that. I love the cartoony textures and all of that stuff. Kind of like the drawn on textures. They look really cool. Then we've also got the Sandstone Staff. The Sandstone Staff looks kind of crazy. It looks like another one that has tentacles at the top, and it keeps glitching because it spawns me inside of them. Now this one looks like someone from Akavir would use, or not Akavir, someone from Hammerfell would use. I think it looks really, really cool. It looks super deserty. I think that's why it's called the Sandstone Staff, and I think that's kind of nice. And then, let's see, last but not least, we have the Starlight Staff of Alteration. And when I saw this the first time, I immediately thought like Holy Crusader or Templar. And the reason being is because of the three-pointed cross and star up here at the top where the head of the staff is at. That just kind of reminded me of a whole bunch of stuff from Diablo 3, and it just kind of brought that all back. So Each and every single staff can indeed be enchanted with the vanilla spells of Skyrim, meaning, let's see, the destruction spells of flame, of, lightning bolt, or, the thunderbolt, or, conjure skeletons, and, anything with restoration, any of the spells that you learn through vanilla, spell tomes and stuff like that, as well as through training, all of those spell tomes can be put into these staves. The only reason we're not taking a look at them enchanted is because it actually would take a little while, but that is what we have on the docket for today, guys. So I very much hope you enjoyed today's little mod showcase on these beautiful staves, and guys, I will see you in the next video.